G'day guys, my name is Caleb, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the latest in this rapid fire time for Marvel Studios, and that is the movie Eternals. Obscure Marvel comic book characters, the Eternals, created by Jack Kirby in 1976, are now getting the MCU treatment. And in order to bring this story to life, they have assembled quite the ensemble of talent. Directed by Academy Award-winning director Chloe Zhao, and starring so many notable actors who I'm sure you've seen before. But at the forefront is Richard Madden and Gemma Chan. An extraterrestrial race of humanoids, known as Eternals, are required to carry out a mission on Earth on behalf of the space gods called Celestials. And this is a story transpiring over 7,000 years up to after the events of Avengers Endgame. I'm going to cut to the chase. This movie won't be for everyone. In my opinion, this is another fun Marvel movie with something interesting to say. However, it does have some clear issues that I'm sure some people won't be able to overlook. In this review, I'm going to detail why this movie succeeds in some areas and fails in others. So let's start by talking about the negatives. The most clear issue this film faces is the amount of characters it is juggling. Movies like Infinity War and Endgame work perfectly because you have already spent time with all those heroes and you already know everything about them. So as a result, you can enjoy the fun adventure those heroes go on. Eternals is a movie with characters we've never met before and are coming to learn about for the first time. Consequently, the story stumbles under the heavy weight of the amount of characters directly involved in the story. Icarus, played by Richard Madden, and Cersei, played by Gemma Chan, carry most of the emotional weight of the story, and they are the two most compelling characters. But to me, the movie overall felt emotionally distant. There are some good emotional moments, but I wouldn't say this is one of Marvel's most riveting adventures. Now, one of the most notable elements of this story is that it takes place over thousands of years, tracking the evolution of humankind. I personally did not find any disruption in this storytelling structure, but I would totally understand if some people out there found this narratively disjointed with uneven pacing. I personally didn't take issue with that element, but I understand for many it will be a downfall of their enjoyment. But another clear con of this film is the main bad guy that features most in the action scenes for the Eternals to fight. There are also extraterrestrial creatures called deviants that rival the Eternals in power, and leading them is a prime deviant who has unique powers compared to the others. This character, across the story, essentially developed a personality only to be wasted by the end. A casualty of too many characters. As for positives in this film, there are quite a few that I want to draw attention to. First being the beautiful cinematography and great locations on display. So many gorgeous wide shots with amazing use of natural lighting to capture the stunning scenery these unworldly characters inhabit. A Marvel movie through the directorial vision of Chloe Zhao was definitely something worth praising. I believe this movie is very well cast, like all Marvel projects, and I think these actors do an amazing job with the concise scenes they are given. I also really enjoyed the action scenes in this movie. It is not a movie like Shang-Chi or Winter Soldier with enthralling hand-to-hand combat that's filmed in camera, but instead filled with plenty of fun CGI excitement. Another aspect I thoroughly enjoyed was the introduction of this moral dilemma that really holds this whole story together. I believe it was important for these alien characters who are so separated from human society and yet so emotionally attached to the people to be at the forefront of this dilemma. And whilst it's easy to critique many aspects of the story, I think the consensus would be that Chloe Zhao executed this specific aspect very well. And the last major positive that I want to give a shout out to is how the film handles its diversity. In contemporary society, and especially in modern Hollywood, there is a desperation to try and be on the right side of history with regards to the inclusion of minorities. Eternals is a movie that just tells its story and handles its diversity without being preachy. And I really appreciate that. Overall, I liked Marvel Studios' Eternals. Far from the best, but certainly not the worst. There is an amazing cast that is assembled for this movie, but the talent is underutilized, which is disappointing. The script struggles to juggle all the characters, and in the end, there are no fulfilling character arcs. The story raises some interesting questions, and the action scenes will keep you engaged from start to finish. Eternals is yet another solid installment for Marvel on the big screen, and I would say this is a good movie. If you're a superhero fan or enjoy sci-fi adventure films, definitely check this out. If not, this movie is probably a pass for you. This film explores some great themes about the beauty and tragedy of humanity, but it only scratches the surface of that story potential. So when/if we continue to see more of this story, I would hope they explore more in-depth those emotional themes about humanity. However, I do think this story was the opportunity to tackle all that. And whilst I did enjoy this movie, I don't feel any anticipation to see these characters again or to continue this story in the MCU moving forward. But I understand that with another Avengers movie many years away, and with Guardians of the Galaxy wrapping up soon, that Marvel is creating a new franchise to spearhead the company forward. So it is what it is. Those are my spoiler-free thoughts on Eternals. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit that like button and comment your thoughts on the movie. Subscribe if you are new to the Critic Kebab channel, that way you don't miss out on any future content like this. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time.